Look, I guess for me, and the title rewriting the narrative was really about refusing to be defined or limited, I guess, by our past. And for me, it's always about being able to push through those obstacles, with resilience, with strength, with determination. And it's refusing to give up.
The Podcast Empire, podcast mastery for women in business.
Welcome to another unstoppable episode of the Podcast Empire. Today we have an unstoppable guest joining us, an author who has unlocked the secrets to leaving an incredible legacy through overcoming adversity. SANDRA DUARTE's remarkable insights and experiences have touched the lives of countless individuals, inspiring them to rise above the next generation of leaders and rise above their challenges and make their mark on the world. Get ready to embark on a transformative journey as we delve into the wisdom and resilience of our unstoppable guest. Now, SANDRA DUARTE is one of the collaborative authors inside the Unstoppable book series, wonderfully produced by Elsa Morgan. The first two series were Amazon #1 bestsellers. So sit back, relax, and prepare to be inspired by SANDRA as we explore the power of perseverance and the legacy we can all create. Let's begin this unstoppable conversation. Welcome to the Podcast Empire, SANDRA.
Thank you so much, Tracy. I'm actually inspired by that intro. Thank you. That was really lovely. I'm quite excited to be here, and I'm really proud to be on this unstoppable journey with all of these incredible and inspiring women. So thank you for having me.
You are very welcome. Now, we were talking pre-show as well about your experience coming from a CEO of manufacturing, and now you're having your own business. You're teaching the next generation through your speaking and your emceeing of how to overcome their adversities, leave a legacy, and be the leadership that we need in the days of, upcoming. And you're teaching founders all of the scaling and strategy skills through leadership development, effective communication, and you are just so impactful, so insightful, so inspirational. So no wonder you're part of this unstoppable journey. So leads me to ask you, SANDRA, what inspired you to write a chapter about overcoming adversity and leaving a legacy?
Thank you, Tracy. It was really interesting because when I was approached and recommended to be a part of the Unstoppable series, I thought, wow, this is amazing, because I've always actually wanted to write my own book. It's been one of these things that I've had on my bucket list. I didn't know how I was going to do it, but I've always had the idea that I really want to write a book one day. So when I was approached to be a part of this series, I thought, this is amazing. This is a sign from the universe. I have got to do this. So for me, it became a real opportunity and a challenge, because it gave me a chance to actually delve in to my past and to actually share that story with others. So for me, it was reliving what I had been through, and actually gave me an opportunity to see what I've also overcome. And also, I think it didn't leave me any place to hide. It was me being able to really be real, authentic, put it out there for other women to read, and hopefully create a little bit of hope for them, and to be able to relate to possibly my story and know that if I can overcome the adversity that I did, so can they. So I thought it was really, really important for me to be able to do that. And also the fact that often people look at people who are successful in business and think, wow, it's easy for them, or they're so lucky. So for me, it was a really nice opportunity to share the not so easy journey. Nothing is it. There's always a really hard climb to everything that we achieve in life. So I truly, truly enjoyed it. And I'm so proud to be doing this with, 24 other women to create that hope and inspiration for other women.
Absolutely. And I love how you touched on how your story is going to help somebody else as well. And it most definitely will. Now, your chapter title is Rewriting the Narrative.
Yes.
That's a very powerful title. And we don't want to give it all away because we want you to buy the book and read Sandra's chapter. But what does unstoppable personally mean to you?
Look, I guess for me, and the title Rewriting the Narrative was really about refusing to be defined or limited, I guess, by our past. And for me, it's always about being able to push through those obstacles, with resilience, with strength, with determination. And it's refusing to give up and coming out stronger than you were when you went in. So for me, it was finding strength in moments where I actually thought I couldn't go on. And being able to say, you know what, this is my life, this is my story, and I can actually write the story the way I want, rather than having adopted the story that was given to me, or the one that I was led to believe, I guess, through childhood and through society and through our limiting beliefs. So it all just came down to, adopting a different mindset. And that's what unstoppable is for me, is really that mindset of being able to achieve and do whatever it is that you want to do in life, rather than allowing society and others to define that for you.
Absolutely. And I think sometimes too, I don't know if you agree, Sandra, we can sometimes get caught in that story comparison where we're kind of comparing our chapter 1 to our chapter 10, to somebody else's chapter 10. So by you sharing your part of the story and the authenticness of us and the strength through the vulnerability and saying, hey, it hasn't always been easy. I've had to overcome. I've had to sit back and go, wow, what a journey. Look at how much I have overcome and look at how much more growth there is. And I love how you took us on that journey then of just such a reality cemented in passion to be the better version of ourselves.
Absolutely.
With your chapter as well, because I'm so intrigued by Rewriting the Narrative chapter title, can you maybe share like a little sneak peek? You've already shared and touched on a few things, or maybe some techniques and strategies that you share inside the chapter about overcoming adversity and leaving a legacy as well. A little sneak peek, Sandra.
Sure. Yeah, no, look, definitely. For me, my life, I guess it changed, about nearly 7 years ago, when everything I had actually, identified myself with in my marriage, my life, my family, all came to an end. And it was a really traumatic divorce that I went through while still trying to juggle a career. So I was really, really broken and in a really, really dark place. And I actually didn't think that I was able to move forward from that. And I didn't think I would recover. I was really in a massive swamp of lack and in self-pity and the poor me and how am I going to do and why and all of that. And I think that the most important thing for me and the turning point for me was where I was able to focus on gratitude. So I obviously, worked with some coaches, some spiritual coaches, and I read some valuable books and watched YouTube videos. And I was really keen to actually say, I can't live. This is not going to be my life. I need to find a better way. So I really did turn to gratitude. I turned to meditation and prayer. And what that did for me was took me out of the mindset of having lost what I'd lost and put the focus on what I actually had and what there was around me and in my life to be grateful for. So things started to shift. The mindset started to look at things completely differently. And I think that often we live our life very outward and very much for everybody else and trying to please everyone else. And that often enough, we don't actually go in and actually understand who we truly are, what we truly want. So I think gratitude and having that time for meditation and to be by myself and to really unpack things. Like they say, being comfortable with the uncomfortable was something I got really used to. So that was a massive turning point for me was really focusing on the gratitude. And it's something I do today, every day. So when I wake up every morning, there's always 3 things that I'm grateful for. And I'll usually listen to some affirmations. It's all about just setting the intention, getting the mindset in the right place, because it is such a powerful thing, and we really are in control of how we think. So I really had to shift that the other way.
We most definitely are. Mindset is everything. Now,
Yeah.
you are in an area now, Sandra, where you're teaching the leaders of tomorrow, the visionaries, the disruptors, the critical thinkers, and you go to schools and you talk to schools about leadership and things like that as well. So you would be perfect to ask 3 tips for anybody thinking about starting a business. What would you recommend to them?
I always say the first thing is start. That's where you've got to start. You just got to start. And I always think, if you're passionate about something, if you're constantly thinking about it, if you're imagining it, then take the jump and just do it. Because otherwise what happens is that we get caught into the overthinking, and the fear starts to kick in, and we find 1,000,001 reasons why we shouldn't do it. So I always say, when you're thinking about that and you know you want to do it and it feels right, when it feels right, go with that, because you know yourself better than anybody else. So I always say, start and back yourself. And really, at the end of the day, isn't it better for us in, say, 10 or 20 years to look back and say, I'm glad I did, rather than saying, I wish I had? So for me, it's always a case of, if you're looking to start a business, start. That would be number one place to go. The other thing I would say, and it's been really instrumental for me, is to surround yourself with a real good team of people who support you and who are on your, believe in your vision as well. So that's really, really important for me. It was really instrumental having coaches and mentors. So if you can find someone who can be a great coach or a great mentor, I think it's fantastic to be able to have that sense of support, somebody who can give you some clear perspective when our better judgment can be a little clouded, someone we can download with when things get a little challenging, because they will, business does, but it's knowing that you've got that person on your side that you can turn to, and they're there to support you. I also say that, networking and getting out there and networking with other people who share your values and are aligned is really important, because at the end of the day, people also do business with people they like. That's one of my big philosophies, is that people do business with who they like. So if you can really get out there and align yourself with people who share the same passion or share the same values, I think that's a really, really great way to help set yourself up in business as well.
Some great tips there.
Yeah.
Great tips.
And I think a last one, if I could just say, Tracy, is really understanding your why. Why do you want to do what you're doing? And really lead with your values, because business can often be transactional, and there's a lot of people out there who just want to be in business to make some money. But I think if you're really passionate about making a positive difference and an impact, and able to serve others, then I always say it's really important to take your values on your business journey with you, and to always remain true to them, because success can often make people forget those along the way.
Absolutely. Some great practical words of advice. Thank you so much for joining us on this unstoppable episode. Sandra, what kind of message would you like to leave the audience on today?
I guess all I could say is, really, don't be afraid to be the author of your own story, the author and the CEO of your own life, and to really back yourself, because at the end of the day, nobody really knows you better than you know yourself, and trust in you, because you've got you at the end of the day. And really, we're not here for a long time. So I always say we're here for a good time, not a long time. So don't live life with regrets. Do what you want to do. If it's that business you want to start, if it's that holiday you want to go on, if it's that, I don't know, whatever that may be, if that dancing class you want to do, is just go out and do it, because really you are in control. we choose the life that we want to live. And I think make sure you live it right.
Absolutely. It reminds me of a quote when you were speaking then of Les Brown, the graveyard is the most
I
expensive
do.
real estate in earth because that's where our dreams go to die. And that gives me an
Absolutely.
ouch in my heart every time I rethink, oh, should I do that? Or I don't know if that's going to be right or whatever. I always think of that quote and I think, what have you got to lose? Nothing. You've got
Tracy,
everything to gain.
absolutely. I love that. And that's the case of if not now, when, Tracy? I mean, life is not a dress rehearsal. And this is what I say to everyone. So it's happening now. So, this is the opportunity. The time is always now. There's never a better time to start than right now. So, yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, we hope that you have found our conversation really inspiring and captivating as what I have. And if you are ready to embark on your own journey of resilience and leave a lasting legacy, don't forget to subscribe to our podcast for more empowering content. And while you're at it, we'd greatly appreciate it if you could leave a review and share your thoughts on today's episode for Sandra. And to dive even deeper into the world of the Unstoppable book series, be sure to grab your very own copy and immerse yourself in the stories just like Sandra's today and ignite your determination to push you beyond your comfort zone, as we spoke about, to be the better version of yourself. So connect with our unstoppable guest in the links below. Purchase your copy of the Unstoppable book in the show notes and stay updated on Sandra's latest insights and projects. And remember, it's never too late to start creating your own unstoppable legacy. Thank you very much for joining us again, Sandra. And we can't wait to have you back on another Unstoppable episode. We will see you in the pod. Thanks, Sandra.
Thank you so much, Tracy. Stay amazing.
The Podcat's Empire, podcast mastery for women in business.